Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stampin' Up with Jaimie. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. If you're catching this on replay, on YouTube, on my blog, thank you so much. This is my Wednesday night Facebook Live, and tonight I'm going to be sharing with you this card here. Now, I just want to make sure I am upright and everything is working. Okay, good. I had a moment right before I went live that I didn't set it up correctly, and I was afraid I was going to be upside down, but it looks like I'm good to go. So here's the card that I'm going to create with you tonight, and I might switch it up just a little bit. I started off with a completely different design. Let's see here. The background kind of looked something like this. You might have seen it on Facebook, and got some texture to it with an embossing folder. Hi, Amy. Hi, Karen. And thank you. I showed it to my daughter and I was like, what do you think? Hi, Tina from North Carolina. And she's like, Mommy, it's too much red. So she's my 13-year-old. I now have a teenager in the house, so yay. And so I switched it up and I showed her this one. And she's like, oh, so much better, Mommy. So I think I might add a little bit of texture to my cardstock there, but we'll decide that I kind of into the card a little bit. Let me show you what we're working with tonight. The stamp set comes from... Okay, I'm not going to say it. I literally, like 2 seconds before going live, I Googled how to pronounce this word. There was some discussion about it on Sunday at our team meeting, and lo and behold, it's not toile like I was pronouncing it. It's pronounced toile, and I guess it's a French word that they use during kind of the holiday season, I guess. I don't know. It literally means linen cloth. So, toile, Christmas. Your 13-year-old is your color consultant too. I guess they have better eyes than we do. I don't know. I thought the red looked fine. She thought it was too much, so I changed it up for her. So here's the toile, Christmas. It's got this beautiful cardinal on it. I love this great sentiment. It's perfect to stamp the inside of your card. Some beautiful banner sentiments. This kind of branch to go with our cardinal and some other kind of swirls as well. So really fun. And it, of course, it does come with a bundle. And the dies look like this. Gorgeous. So some of them are matching our stamps, such as the cardinal, the banners, and the leaf. But then you have this guy here that does like a standalone leaf and then a smaller version. And then 2 kind of swirls, which are really fun as well. So great bundle. Getting it together will save you the 10%. Definitely worth it. And just a lot of fun to work with. So my card today is going to start off with crumb cake cardstock. It is the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. So it's our the longer orientation of it. And another discussion that we had on Sunday was kind of interesting. Anytime that I emboss the card front, I just literally just emboss the front of the card. And my upline, Amy, who's watching, had us emboss a separate piece of cardstock and have it cover the entire front of the card. I have never done it this way. I was like, eyes had been opened. So I decided I would do it tonight. So this is another piece of crumb cake. It's that 4 1/4 by 5.5. And I embossed it with the new... oh my goodness, I had it. Oh, here it is. New to the holiday catalog. It's called Winter Knit. It's got this beautiful kind of stitched look to it. Very classic looking. And you can't really see it on camera. I don't know if the camera will pick it up on the embossed. But it's got these little V's all over it, almost as if you were cross-stitching. So initially when I was trying to figure out how to use this piece of cardstock, I had it this way. But if you've ever cross-stitched, and I used to do it a lot when I had, time on my hands, the V's go the opposite way. So it's actually meant to be like this. Hi, Terry. Good evening. Hello, Dad. So I didn't emboss my card here. And I just kind of feel like it's missing something. So I do have a panel here waiting to go. And after I kind of stamp everything, you can decide whether you want me to use the embossed cardstock or if you'd like it just to stay plain. You can decide. So keep that in the back of your head. I'll ask you that. Embossing the panel makes things go so much easier. Well, it's really funny that you say that, Amy, because I thought I would be a smart aleck and emboss straight onto my card as I was prepping for tonight. And wouldn't you know, lo and behold, I did it crooked. I'm like, see, I should have done it separately and it wouldn't have come out crooked. So lesson learned, now I have 2 pieces of paper. Oh, hi, Mom. Sorry. I assumed it was Dad because I know he likes to watch. Hello, Mother. So let's just get going. We're going to stamp the cardinal first and then the leaves. Now, I do want to say I'm going to be using the Stampin' blends to color. However, if you're not a fan of coloring and you just kind of want to make things a little easier, something you can do is stamp the cardinal directly on, in this case, real red cardstock. So it gives a completely different look to Mr. Cardinal here. It's different. I definitely like the look of a colored one better. But if you're not too into coloring, this is definitely an option. So don't write off the bundle if you're not really into coloring. Hi, Julie. Good evening. And then all I did for the nose, as I stamped the image on a piece of crushed curry cardstock, Fussy cut out the nose real tight and then just adhered him over the real red nose. So if you're not a big colorer, that's an option for you. But we are going to color tonight because I like that look. So I mounted him up. I'm going to ink him up really well in Memento black ink. For something like this that you really want a nice dark crisp black image, if your Memento is in need of re-inking, I would definitely do that. Mine was... I was like, why am I not getting a nice black crisp look? Well, it's because the ink pad was in desperate need of re-inking. So make sure your ink pad is really well to go. I'm also going to mount up the stem kind of branch. Whoops, don't have it hang off. And the same thing, just going to ink them up really well in the Memento ink. Memento ink is what we're going to want to use anytime we're using the Stampin' blends. So, and you can just use the straight on Whisper White, which is nice. Hi, Sharon. Oh, it's on your wish list? It's so fun. I just got it. This is literally the first card I'm making with it. And it's just a lot of, oh, I smudged. Hold on, let me do it again. It's just a lot of fun. Really, and I was really inspired by the catalog. Anytime you get something and you're like, I don't really know what to do with this, just open up your catalog, check out how Stampin' Up's doing it. Go on Pinterest, look at what other people, demonstrators and other crafters are doing, and really get inspired. So it's a cardinal, it's a male cardinal, so we're going to start off with our red. Did you know that cardinals, the females are brown and the males are red? So we're going to make a male cardinal here. I love them in the winter time against like white snow. They pop so beautifully. They really stand out. And my mother, who I don't know if she's still on, loves cardinals. So anytime I see a cardinal, I always think of her. And it kind of is a little nostalgic for me. So this is the light real red. And feel free to go right over the black because the black will take a little bit of that red tinge and color beautifully. So use the brush end for sure because this is a big space to cover. You're not going to want to use that fine tip. You really want that brush, the brush end. So the opposite would look like something. I know you like cardinals. Hi, Roz. No worries. I'm so happy you're here. You're playing with the cardinal. I adore it. Oh, good. I made mine look like a blue jay. Ooh. They're related? I guess I never knew that. No kidding. We have, blue jays. They're the ones that, I think they're the ones. We get them like in the spring and summertime, I think. I'm thinking of the right ones. And they're so noisy. You know, in the morning, they just start kind of squawking. So now I'm taking the darker real red. And the great thing about this is all you have to do, if you're not a super confident colorer, just kind of highlight or darken the spots that Stampin' Up has dark. So anywhere that Mr. Cardinal kind of has a darker shade, I'm just going over it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, but I'm going to go by what Stampin' Up does. Blue jays are sometimes mean too. Oh, yes. I think that's what I hear them like squawking their little heads off. I like cardinals. They just, Like I said, they make me feel a little nostalgic. I love them in the winter against some freshly fallen white snow. Okay, and of course he needs a beak, so I'm taking Mango Melody and the more finer tip this time. Don't use your brush. Well, you could, just be very careful. And give him a beak. Like so. While we have our blends out, I'm just going to go ahead and color our leaves here. The little berries I'm going to do in the lighter Real Red. The leaves I'm going to do in Old Olive. And the branch I'm going to do in Crumb Cake. Now, if you don't have, you could certainly swap out any of these. You could even use Cherry Cobbler or Poppy Parade if you have those reds on hand. I like a true red. I think that's very, what's the word I want to call? Festive, a true red. But any color would work. And actually, the color that coordinates kind of with the sweet is Garden Green. But we don't have Garden Green blends, so we're using Old Olive. So for the berries, I just used the light. There's such a small little space to color. You could add like a dab of dark, but really it's going to be hard to see. With these leaves, there's a little bit more space, so I'm going to come back with the dark Old Olive and just give some low lights here. Again, I'm just following where Stampin' Up! Has kind of put some black, well, some lines. I'm just kind of going over them like so. And then last but not least, I'm going to come in for my branch. And I'm using Crumb Cake. First, I'm going to just throw, literally, the light crumb cake on. You don't have to be too particular about it. And then I'm going to come with the dark. Oh my goodness, there we go. And just kind of do some spurts. It's kind of hard because it's a really small branch to work in. I'm just going to bring the light in to blend those together. But it is nice to add some depth. And there we have it. They can be always interesting. Okay, so that's my branch. And that's my cardinal. Now, I did tell you that the dies that come in the bundle do coordinate. So this is our branch. And we have a cardinal. And off screen here, I'm just going to use my die cutting machine. You can use whatever one you have at home. And line it up. Keep in mind that our new dies, so let me show you on camera. Our new dies are being manufactured by a different company. So before, our older ones, when you lined up a die, there was always kind of this white line, right? Like this little lip that went around. Not anymore. It's a tight fit. So you shouldn't see too much white. It should be a nice tight fit around the cardinal. Well, around any image, really. So... hopefully this works. Let me run through my cardinal first. They say when a cardinal visits, it's the spirit of a deceased loved one. Aww. I love cardinals. And there's him. Then let me take my branch, I should say. And line them up. And run them through. Oops. Hopefully he didn't move. And this is what we get. I gotta pull them out. Yep. Come on. Take the little negatives out. We don't need those little pieces. Come on. Okay. So now we can kind of start to build our card. So before I asked you to think, would you like just a plain card front, like the one I did in the example? Or I can add the one that's been embossed. So it would look something like, well, it's missing the designer paper, but it would be something like that. So do you like the embossed, or would you prefer no embossed? It would look something, I kind of like the embossed. It has a nice texture, but Mom says embossed, we're going with embossed. Something like that. Yeah, I like an embossed too. That's the one thing I didn't like about this card. It just kind of felt a little bare. So we're going to go with embossed. Now, this piece of designer series paper that I have here is from the What's it called? I put it away. Hold on. I'll look it up. See, now I can actually show you. Oh, I don't have it. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I have no clue what I did with my catalog. Oops. Now I can actually open up the catalog for you, whereas before I couldn't show you. Roz says embossed, Amy says embossed, embossed it is. Okay, so the paper is the toile, because it's not toil. It's the toile. It just doesn't sound natural saying it. Tidings Designer Series paper. One side is your real red and one side is the garden green, and it has some great patterns. Oh, thank you, Amy. I had a moment of drawing complete blank. So one side is the real red and one side is the garden green, and it actually matches with Very Vanilla. So that's not Whisper White. There's a Very Vanilla in there if you're kind of particular about matching colors and wanting to pull out the right colors. Now, Rachel was at my class on Tuesday, and she was teasing me about how much adhesive I've been using. But yes, when it comes to adhering down anything embossed or something that has a lot of texture, I do tend to use more adhesive because I really want it to hold tight and I want it to make good contact. So I'm going to use the real red side facing out. And this is 1.5. Yep, 1.5 by 5.5. And the design of my card, I was actually kind of inspired. I was inspired by a card I did, was it 2 Thursdays ago with the Mary Moose? You can't say it right either. Toile sounds like a southern thing. It just doesn't sound natural, toile. Anyways, and the moose was just kind of very plain, kind of a simple layout. And I was kind of inspired by that with this one, keeping things a little bit more on the simpler side and not adding too many layers. I like layers, but I also do like simplicity and keeping things just kind of easy and natural. So I cut out a couple of like little branches, again, from the same dies. This is coming out of old olive cardstock. And I don't know, I just kind of put a little bit of liquid glue and was like, yeah, that's a good place for it. Let's see here. Maybe I'll have it like that. Oh, look. And I totally didn't even, that's funny. I totally put the glue in a different spot. So that's not going to work. Like that. Whoops. See, on my example, I had to use this snail. So I guess I'll use snail again. Put a little bit of snail and flip it over. It sounds weird to most everyone, right? Well, we don't speak French, so it just doesn't, and we're probably not even saying it right. Probably in French, it's like, I don't know, toile or something. They just say it really, it kind of rolls off the tongue where we're not saying it right, probably. But I literally, before I went on, I Googled, how do you pronounce, because I thought it was toile. I've been calling it Toile Tidings, which I guess doesn't really make sense, but then again, either does toile. So anyways, so I just placed 2 kind of limbs anywhere. You could have added more if you want or whatever. And the example one that I started out with, I did add more. I think I had 4 all around, but that one got scratched. My 13-year-old was like, when they do the pause, I'm like, do you like it? What do you think? She's like, it's not going to be anything positive. She's like, well, it's a lot of red. Okay. So back to the drawing board I went. Hey, Barb, no worries. So glad you're here tonight. Thank you for joining. I'm going to put the branch there. I should probably figure out, does my cardinal fit? Yeah. Okay. Good, because it's glued down. If it didn't fit, we'd be in a little bit of trouble. And stay down. Mr. Cardinal, I'm just using our regular snail here. You could use the liquid glue too. Some people prefer it. I don't know. I like our snail. How about there? I guess the branch could have been a little bit lower, but I kind of like it poking up over the crumb cake there. Okay, so here's my example. Last we got to do is our sentiments. So I did a poll kind of yesterday, like, help, what do I do? And by a long shot, I mean, it wasn't even close. The basic black one, like, Like crumb cake didn't even stand a chance. So we're going to use the basic black. I'm going to heat emboss. And I got to get my sentiment. I'm using the Christmas Wishes. And I just love a good banner sentiment. It's so nice. It's really pretty with the Magnolia Lane papers. Oh, I lost it. What to say? And also the Garden Lane, not just for Christmas. Oh, that's very true, Roz. I guess I hadn't thought about that. Beautiful card. The Cardinal's my favorite. Oh, no dimensionals. Hold on, Mom. It's coming. It's I love it. It's coming on the sentiment. I gotta have some dimensionals. What kind of? It wouldn't be a Jaimie card if it didn't. Okay, so Versamark because we're heat embossing, and our embossing buddy. I've done this a lot. Just kind of rub it first to get rid of the static. Then ink up our sentiment, stamp him down, and sprinkle with the powder generously. And some of you mentioned that maybe the black was a little harsh. Perfect. I think with the crumb cake background, it does kind of soften it a little bit. It's not quite as stark, you know. So let's see here. Where is it? So it, you know, the black, because I think it does bring out like the dark and the Cardinal, but the crumb cake definitely kind of softens the card and making it a little more rustic. I think that's what I'm going with. Oh, for the Cardinal, the branch, I did consider putting it on the Cardinal. I did. I don't know why I didn't end up. I guess I just saved it for the sentiment. But yeah, you could definitely pop him. The branch would be a little harder. You would definitely need the mini dimensionals because there's some kind of small spots for it. You like the black? Okay, good. It was a hard call though because I too was like, oh my goodness, is it too dark? But yeah, I like the black. Okay, so sprinkled it. Now we're just gonna heat it, and I'm gonna try and get the light to catch for you because I love watching it kind of solidify and brighten. There it goes. Watch out for your fingers. Don't burn them. It's pretty hot. Pretty good. Yep. I just have it like catch the light, and as long as it's shiny, we're good. Hi, Carla. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. The Cardinal's markings are black, so I think it is striking. Oh, good. I like it too. I do like the black. I don't know. Black isn't a color I really think of when I think of Christmas. But I like it. Okay, so off camera here, I just have the matching die that goes with it. Make sure you just have it lined up correct. And I'm going to cut it out off camera here. Ooh, this one's a little trickier because it's been embossed. Hopefully it comes out right. Hold on. My magnetic platform is pushing it. Okay, hopefully this comes out. If not, I'm doing it again. My high school colors were red and black. Oh, with a Cardinal mascot, of course. You're prejudiced. Oh, okay, so it's a little on the high side, but I think it still works. There you go. Okay, so where's my card? Here's my card. And dimensionals. I forgot to take out. Hold on. I got to spin my little spinning and get my dimensionals. Okay, so 2 should do it. 1. Whoops. Somehow I got 3 though. And peel them off. And okay, so this is what I hemmed and hawed about. I'm like, do I want the sentiment? Ready? Are you watching with me? Front and center. Oh, I shouldn't have taken the stickies off. Okay, that's kind of front and center. Or do I want it kind of offset in the corner? What did I end up doing? I don't even remember. I guess I kind of went a little off center. So you let me know. Do you like off center, or do you like it centered on the card? What do you think? What do you think? While you all are thinking about that, I'm going to add a couple of my Toile, so silly, Tidings glitter enamel dots. So, off-center Lynn says, okay. I hemmed and hawed about this. I was like, I don't know what to do. And, okay, so I'm just adding, these are the real red dots. Just a couple of extra ones. They get a nice little glitter to them. Julie says off-center. Terry says off-center. Okay, I guess off-center it is. That's what I did. I kind of liked it, but then I also kind of liked it center. But we'll go off center. Tina says off center. Okay, sold. I pushed it down. It's not getting moved. Alice does too. Okay, good. And there's the card. I can do it now. I forgot to. Oh, I guess I didn't. Oh, you know what? I did it on this one. How funny. Well, that was going to be the inside. But then I scratched this card. I'm going to have to see if I can pull that off. So anyways, the stamp set does include a great sentiment to add on the inside of your card. May this season be filled with beautiful moments and happy memories for you and those you hold most dear. So beautiful sentiment just to add to the inside. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Oh, pretty either way. That's sweet. So I would, when I'm done, I'll stamp that in the inside, because one of my goals is to stamp the insides of my Christmas cards so that when I go to mail them, I don't have to stamp like 50 cards insides, but they've already been done. So that's tonight's card. This one here is the one that we kind of went with. If you've been watching and haven't left some sort of a comment and would like the chance to win tonight's card, just quickly leave some sort of a comment before I finish up here, and I'm going to do a drawing as soon as we're done. If you have any questions about any of the product that I used or any questions at all, please get a hold of me. Otherwise, I will be back next week, same time, same place, and I'll see you then. Thank you, everyone, for sharing with me tonight. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye.